Fulltime Hangout for Arsenal versus Southampton, and that was pretty bad. That was worse than bad. That was putrid. That was shambolic. It was go to the thesaurus, check out bad, because that's all those words sum it up today. Arsenal were horrible. They were just embarrassing to watch today, really. Apart from Alexis Sanchez, who of course ran his socks off, everyone had a poor game. Everybody had a poor game. Coughlin maybe he was decent at times. First half I was singing praises how he did so well. Second half he did okay, but the whole squad you just can't. They were just all putrid. And to take in consideration, we mentioned how many times we've had injuries, especially to the back line. This is our first choice back four, and that was the worst performance of the season. Koscielny was horrible. Murtazak, they're all horrible. Debussy and Gibbs were, far better than the two center backs, but that doesn't say much. They weren't that great either. Gibbs going forward wasn't his, he wasn't as decisive. Debussy was okay, but as a unit together, they were horrible. Lack of passion and putting effort. They look very casual in the back line. They're missing organization. They're missing a foundation. They're lacking. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's a lack of cohesiveness and a lack of chemistry, but something's got to be done, because it was just embarrassing. It was embarrassing to watch, really. Both goals were just, they symbolize what today's performance was, especially that second goal. I don't know. Some want to put the blame on Debussy. Some want to put the blame on Szczesny. Me, in my opinion, I put the blame on Szczesny again. Really, Debussy, he brings it down, and my assumption is he's gonna clear it right away. Because maybe first time it could, unlucky ricochet could have gone internet. So that's why he brought it down in control, and then Szczesny just comes out of nowhere, pretty much gifts, I don't know what's the name, Tadic with the ball, and the easiest goal he'll ever score in his life, most likely. And it was just, I've never seen Szczesny. I don't remember the last time Szczesny's played this poor, but Arsenal supporters that I've always had question marks on Szczesny because of his inconsistencies. Well, they look like prophets now, the way Szczesny performed today, because he looked horrible. He looked. You can't support that. You can't support that, really. He made a few saves that could have made it, much worse, but it was just poor performance. And looking at it now, it's just, obviously it's only 20-something games into the season. We're 4 points behind Manchester United for third, 3 behind Southampton for fourth, but things aren't looking up. It's not looking as bright as they were. This whole season has just been a roller coaster ride, really. And I'm just gonna go right into the comments, really, because I don't know what happened today. Another thing, actually, is I hope Wenger sees this match, and even the commentators pointed this out, that this Arsenal team, and my views on it too, these guys are too small. They're too weak. There's no fear factor when you're playing Arsenal anymore. You're pretty much playing a bunch of, I don't want to say midgets, that's a little harsh, but it's a small team. And you see Victor Wanyama, he's all over the pitch, muscling the midfield, and it's far too easy for the Southampton team, because they're just bigger than us, and physically, a lot of teams are, really. This Arsenal team is not built for the Premier League. I don't know if Wenger's got to, spend some dough and really bring up the physicality, the likes of Mario Suarez or something. Someone that can, bring some needed brute force, because there is nobody on the squad that has any type of physicality or force. There's nobody. Not even Giroud. Nobody. There's nobody I can think of. They are all small. They're far too weak, and they get pushed over far too easily in too many games. And it was on full display today. Southampton didn't even look that great. They played well, but this is a game Arsenal could easily have won. You can speak to the injuries, but the squad that was out there today, maybe with some changes, it was good enough to beat the Southampton side. And I'm just gonna go into the comments really. Sammy's I don't know how to pronounce it. It says pathetic performance. I can second that. I think Million can second that. Samuel Richardson says, well, they didn't play like the Arsenal I know and love. A lot of times they haven't played like the Arsenal we know and love. This team, the thing is, that's what Arsenal's known these days. At times they can play nice football, but to no avail. There's not going to be a great end product. You can see today at times we move the ball well, but there's no end product. We were never a threat in front of goal. Apart from that Alexis Sanchez chance, when it was 1-0 down right before the Southampton second goal. Apart from that, there was nothing. There was really nothing, and it's embarrassing that you're struggling to even muster up shots on Southampton. The shots on target on Southampton. Another talking point was the Alexis Sanchez, the foul on him near the in a clear cut chance or a clear goal scoring opportunity. That's a red card. I don't know. That obviously that could have changed the entire match. That booking, if it was a red card, it literally would have changed the entire match. It would have been flipped upside down, and we could be having different discussions today. But regardless, they had the whole second half to come back down from 2-0. They had the whole second half to come back down from 1-0, and they failed to do so. Goon says, yet again, we can't be the top Prem team because Southampton replaced us as fourth best team in Prem. I don't know about that, but look, Southampton gave up. This team lost half of its squad during the summer. Literally half their squad, most of their top players, and replaced them greatly, I guess. They just beat us for the first time in 12 years. So, Wenger, you got to really go into the books and really spend wisely and really get necessary signings. Because, look, people might think, Monaco, easy draw. Hey, it's not looking like that coming. If something doesn't change coming up to that fixture, we could be in serious trouble. Hopefully the recoveries of players such as Ozil and other attacking threats like the return of Giroud's suspension, Welbeck. There's a lot of things that a lot of injuries that could really Ramsey, Wilshere. If we get them all healthy, we could be playing better. But regardless, things aren't looking up. And True Gunner 15 says our defense is atrocious today. Joseph Peacock says we need to get a proper defensive midfielder. Batman, a little more positive. He says good effort from the team. Unlikely to not get the win. Things are looking good for the second half of the year. If the ref was unbiased, we would have won. So there's nothing that the team could have done. Well, I like the positivity. The ref was pretty poor today. In its decisions. Quite a few times that, I'm gonna put the comment. I'll skip it. Quite a few times, poor decisions. There's one with Koscielny where he clearly got the ball. He was called for the foul. Like I said, the Sanchez opportunity, that is the red card. But to say things are looking good for the second half of the year, that's far a little positive than I thought because it did not look good. It did not look good, and I think this squad will go no. Oh, sorry, let me just find the comment again. I can't seem to find it, but the point is, this squad is not good enough to, compete for the title. They're missing physicality. They're missing, they don't have the passion really. It doesn't look like that on the pitch. They're not willing to go in the extra gear and go for it. And that's something that's, I don't know if it's. Oh, let me see this. There's another comment here. Manny Rivera says Debussy is not good enough for Arsenal. I think Debussy was probably our best defender today. I think he was our best defender today. Just didn't say much because the whole back line was horrible. But yeah, but like I was saying, this squad is just there's no physicality, and like I said, I don't know if the lack of lack of effort is or lack of organization is on the coaches, but if it let's just say I always find it the squad is a resemblance of its coach. Like I that's how I like to put it. The squad is is a symbol of the coach or the manager, sorry. And I think Wenger's lost control of this squad. Really, he's lost touch with the squad because everything's in shambles. Everything, you know, we barely got by QPR last week. We barely got by West Ham, and something's got because Arsenal used to back in the day they used to dominate these teams. Of course, they're tough fixtures away at Upton Park, away at St. Mary's, but a top squad can get points, can get wins away from home at these tough venues. Let's keep going through the comments. Gunner Boy 269 says Schneiderlin isn't going to want to join after that. Hey, they beat us without Morgan Schneiderlin. Probably one of their most important players. I don't know. I can't. Psychet, seconding. He's gonna support what I said. Note that was our best back four and first choice goalkeeper and such shambolic defense. I don't know how we looked so horrible against this Southampton squad that that struggles to beat lower table, mid table squad teams. A team that has literally, I don't know if you want to point out, but they have no world class players in my eyes. There's not a world class player unless you want to name Schneiderlin or Pele or Tadic a world class player, which is far and over hyperbole on that part because they're not. They are just good, solid players. And to get, we were on skates, tracking back. That's how horrible it was today. This is a comment that was mentioned during the game from the commentators as well. Wanyama versus center midfield was like men versus boys. That's exactly it. He was just the imposing figure that Arsenal are lacking right now. They have no imposing figure on the squad. Koscielny is not imposing. Mertesacker, I don't know. This guy, we need new center halves, really, because Mertesacker is not going to cut it anymore. He is far too finesse. He's far too passive to really muster, to be a serious, imposing, threatening center half. So, something's got to be good because something's got to change because he's not this player he once was last season or the season before. Let's see, I'm just looking through the comments. A little, a rant right here. Ooh, kill him says can't blame Wenger experimenting anything with Chambers at center defensive mid because let's be honest, all we wanted to see was how he would do this defensive mid. But it obviously wasn't working, but he just sits there until it's too late. So frustrating. Walker Campbell should have replaced him at halftime. Why couldn't he see that? You could blame Wenger, for seeing how, no, I don't want to say poor, but how, yeah, poor actually, I'll just say poor. How poor Chambers was today because Wenger obviously gets the opportunity to see players in training. And if he sees that Chambers excels at defensive mid, obviously it's not game time scenarios, but he gets to see how they would play. He's the manager who can see the potential of players. And the fact that Chambers was so poor today was how, misguided Wenger was in his view of Chambers in training. And I don't know, because Chambers just did not look well today. Let's see. Sorry about that. Early morning kickoff for me. Lanny Wanta says if we don't get the players in this window, we will not make fourth. Hey, that's the race now to fourth, really, to really be fighting for Champions League spots with Manchester United for third, really, because we're not going to catch. I want to say we're going to catch up to Chelsea and Man City, but far and away they're better. They're just better sides than us, and I don't think anybody can disagree. Their depth they're just deeper. They're built better. And they're managed better. Let's just face it, they are managed better. Southampton is managed better than Arsenal. Think about that statement. Southampton is managed at this point in time better than Arsenal. So Alexander Rushworth says, pathetic performance. The sooner we get a quality defensive mid and center back, the sooner we win the title. Yeah, you bring in talent, but it's not gonna make up for the play that we saw today. The lack of organization, the lack of cohesiveness. That goes on the players. That goes on the manager. What if he brings in more? He brings in more players, and they're just as lost as our back four was today. At some point you can bring in all the players, but it's the manager who organizes, who structures the unit in being solid. And I don't know if Wenger could do that anymore. Steve Bold, since he's arrived, I thought he would, clean up all the defensive mishaps, all the defensive errors, all the defensive organization, but he has not done that to this point. Del Drelli says, we need a new philosophy. Our team has become content with mediocrity for the good of Arsenal Football Club. Wenger out. As the season progresses, you're going to see more people going on that Wenger out bandwagon. I'm a part of the Wenger out bandwagon as well. Hey, he's a great manager. I just think a change is needed to freshen up things. It's just things have been the same for far too long. A change is needed to really change the face of the squad and change the atmosphere. As I come to the close of this hangout, how I feel about going into the second half of the season, this new year, horrible new year, horrible start to the new year for Arsenal. But obviously, you got to keep your head up. We have the Hull City on the weekend. I expect us to move on, to progress through. Will we? I don't know until the final whistle is blown, to be honest, because I don't know if we can actually finish them off. We didn't finish them off this season. The 2-2 result where we, scraped by them with a 90th minute Danny Welbeck goal. So, I don't know. I'm not confident anymore in this squad, really. Until we get our players back. Ramsey, Wilshere, like I said, Wilshere, Ozil, Welbeck. We need help. We really do need help. And I don't know. I have nothing else to really say. I have nothing else. More comments are coming in right now. Sorry, it's just comments coming slow at times. And Bob says, Murray's doctor is absolutely useless. All he does is stand around, does nothing. He doesn't go for headers and just looks scared to go in for tackles. I don't even need to go into how slow he is. He needs to be replaced. I don't know what's happened to Murray's doctor. I really don't know what's happened to him. I don't know if it's a lack of motivation with him retiring from international football, so he feels that he can just coast along for his career now. But he just doesn't look up for it. Really, he just doesn't look. Well, I don't want to say he doesn't look up for it. That's a very, that's generalizing, because he is a footballer. He is playing these games to win. So I'm not gonna say he has no motivation, but he doesn't seem to put in the extra effort, or he doesn't really have the commitment he used to have. Again, these are all generalizations, but just looking at how he plays nowadays, that's what I see. I think that's it for today. Looking on highlights of the other games, Man United dropped points. It was up for taking right now, and I guess you just have to move forward and hope for the best. Support the squad through in and throughout. Thank you for watching the Full-Time Hangout. Sorry for the not for the hangout, but sorry for all you guys going through that performance, watching that. I was just ashamed to even be watching that, but onwards and upwards. Thank you for watching the Full-Time Hangout, and say it with me. Come on, Arsenal. Let's move forward and stronger.